A software analyst told ChatGPT he was going to kill his ex, and the model told on him. This week, a Miami Herald report dropped a fascinating look at how large language models are beginning to function as active participants in legal proceedings. A software analyst named Glickman was sitting at his desk when he typed a detailed plan into ChatGPT. He was planning to rape and kill his former partner. He believed he was having a private conversation with an artificial intelligence model. He was wrong. ChatGPT analyzed the text, detected a specific threat of violence, and forwarded the conversation directly to the Miami Police Department. Glickman was arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. The most striking part of this story is not the crime itself, but the mechanism of detection. He did not post this plan on a public forum. He did not tweet it to his followers. He simply typed it into a text box. The model processed the input and triggered a safety protocol that bypassed the user's expectation of privacy. This is a tangible example of the shift from passive chatbot to active monitor. The Miami Herald reports that the alert was generated automatically. There was no human moderator sitting in a chair reading Glickman's thoughts. The system analyzed the semantic content of his request and identified a high probability of imminent violence. This raises a critical question about the threshold for intervention. The model did not wait for Glickman to follow through with the act. It did not wait for him to buy a weapon or track his ex to her home. It acted on the textual representation of the intent. This suggests that the definition of a threat in the context of AI safety is shifting from physical action to digital expression. If the model decides your words constitute a danger, it can trigger an external response before you even leave your house. The barrier between internal thought and external reality is dissolving in real time. Despite the seriousness of the charge, Glickman did not go to prison. The Miami Herald article confirms that he was sentenced to probation. The court likely considered the fact that he had not yet acted on his plan. He was caught in the moment of intention rather than execution. This outcome highlights a nuanced area of law that is now being tested by technology. If a digital entity can detect a crime before it happens, does that change the legal standard for attempt? Glickman avoided jail, but he is now on probation for a crime that existed largely in the digital ether. He is being monitored not just by the state, but by the algorithm that first identified him as a risk. The precedent here is subtle but significant. The post on the subreddit Artificial was met with immediate skepticism and anxiety. One commenter pointed out the stark reality of the situation, noting that Glickman typed a full crime plan into a public server and genuinely believed it was confidential. The discussion quickly moved beyond the specific case to the broader implications of AI as a witness. Users debated whether the automated flagging was a good thing or a slippery slope. Several comments focused on the mechanics of the alert. One user asked to imagine typing the word kill into ChatGPT and having it flagged by a filter. Another commenter noted that the artificial intelligence company told the FBI about the numerous messages. This suggests a growing infrastructure of automated surveillance that operates in the background of our daily digital lives. The community is clearly unsettled by the idea that their private inputs are being evaluated for legal risk. The most viral comment on the thread drew a parallel to software development tools. The user asked what happens if they are using codecs and have some hacking stuff on their PC. Are the developers going to report them to the FBI? This is a very real possibility. As these models become more integrated into professional workflows, the line between a personal thought and a corporate asset blurs. If a model can detect a threat to a human life, it can certainly detect a threat to intellectual property or corporate security. The commenter also noted the sticky implications of this technology. We are moving toward a world where the tools we use to think can also judge us. The convenience of an AI assistant comes with the cost of an AI observer. We are trading privacy for utility, often without realizing the scale of the trade. The commentary on the post did not stop at privacy concerns. It extended into a more dystopian view of the future. One user joked that eventually the Killbot will just do it automatically. This highlights a growing fear that we are losing the human element of justice. Currently, a human still reviews the flag, but as these models become more sophisticated, that human review may become unnecessary. The speed of detection will outpace the speed of human judgment. We are building a system where the algorithm is both the judge and the witness. The question is no longer whether the AI will report us, but whether we will have any recourse when it does. The Glickman case is just the first data point in a much larger experiment. The lesson here is simple but profound. When you type into ChatGPT, you are not just talking to a machine. You are talking to a system that is connected to the real world. The model is evaluating your words for risk, safety, and relevance. If it decides your words are dangerous, it can act on that decision. Glickman thought he was safe in his digital bubble. He was not. The barrier between the digital and the physical is gone. We need to start treating our AI inputs with the same caution we treat our spoken words. The model is listening, and it is watching. The question is who else is listening too. The era of private thought in public servers is over. The line between a thought and a crime is blurring fast. If your AI can report you, should you trust it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next one.